And welcome to another coffee Q&A. This Q&A is actually coffeeless, but we've got a dog instead, which is great. I had my coffee this morning and I was working on something and I was just in the flow so much that I really didn't want to break it up. So I kind of used the coffee to continue my flow. So I delayed this to the evening, but I kind of took advantage of it because I wanted to take you guys outside to this lovely field nearby my house. So we got loads of questions this week, which is fantastic. So Angus asks, "Hi Tom, firstly I hope you are well and things are working out your way." Thank you, the same to you buddy. My question is being a filmmaker what you expected it to be like? This is a really cool question. In some ways yes, in some ways no. No, in that it's very easy to get caught up in seeing a certain lifestyle, especially when presented through some sorts of videos. For example, my Barcelona video, or maybe if you watch any of Jay Alvarez's videos, if you look at those videos and you think, I just want to kind of be a filmmaker like those guys and just kind of like dance happily around and just occasionally film a shot and then make an incredible video out of it. It's actually kind of the other way around, and if you want to make a really good high production video, even about your own adventures in your own life, the main focus, or at least 50-50, is actually focusing on making the film rather than living the life, right? Does that kind of make sense? So you really have to put in focus and concentration in making these videos, but the end result is always worth it. And yes, in the aspect of, being a filmmaker, is you can get so creative, and once you start getting proficient at filmmaking, you can actually start, imagining things and imagining what a film you really want to make, and then when you actually make that film, it literally looks exactly how you imagined. And that's one of the most rewarding things possible. It's an amazing feeling being able to imagine something in my head and then within a matter of days or weeks be able to put that out there to the world as I imagined it. So it's pretty cool, yeah. Julian asks, "Hi Thomas, aside from learning to edit videos by trial and error practice, would you recommend doing a course to help learning how to use editing software? And how did I learn editing myself?" This is a very timely question, Julian, because I'm actually launching a very, very special course that I've been developing this week. So if you're on my email list, you'll get the info all about that course. Aside from that, I didn't take any courses myself. It was trial and error for me. This is the main reason why I've made the program for you, because I've spent tens and hundreds and thousands of hours editing myself, learning very slowly through YouTube tutorials and this and that, until I kind of got to the stage where I am now. Basically, I'm trying to help you guys out who are kind of at the starting stages and help you get as good as fast as possible. Okay, Humberto says, "What makes a photo a good photo? Any advice?" Yes, a good photo, again, it's very subjective, but there's a few things you can keep in mind. Way too many things to mention in this short Q&A video. A few bits of advice is just basic composition. A photo composition is very similar to film composition. Things like the rule of thirds, where I talk about a lot in my other videos. Things like leading lines, looking for shapes and lines within the composition to kind of make the photo much more pleasing to the eye, using things like symmetry, different layers. These are all things you can pick up a book on composition and just read some of these techniques, and it will make your photo so much better. And the other thing is just don't just go around with your camera taking photos. Try and think, think within your mind of, will this make a good photo or not? And try and, think for yourself. And when you start doing that, then your creativity starts firing and you can produce much better photos and films. Brandon asks, "What is a great first camera that you would recommend for travel or any type of filmmaking?" Usually I just say go and check out the gear list, but as this question is, a first camera for travel filmmaking, you can use your phone if you have a relatively new smartphone. Another camera that is really good is a G7X, and it's not too expensive. It's not an SLR, you can kind of just point and shoot, but it completely depends on what you want to do. So it's a vague question. Go and give my gear list a read and kind of decide for yourself from there. Okay, Charlie asks, "When on holiday or traveling, what do you store footage on? I've got two 32 gig memory cards, which are just about enough. Hello. Hello. Come here. Come here. Sit. Good girl. Yeah, I've got two 32 gig memory cards, which I store a lot of stuff on. If I'm away for a week or longer, usually I'll have to empty those cards out maybe once. So I'll empty them onto a little hard drive. I've got a Lacy hard drive, which is 2 terabytes, which is super portable that I carry around with me, so it's kind of perfect. Naria e Loik, I think I'm saying it right. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So I tried to upload a travel video on YouTube with a song, but the problem is that YouTube has sent me a copyright claiming, so the video cannot be viewed on smartphones. It's very annoying. Is there anything I can do if I really want this song to be on the video? Unfortunately not, is the answer that you don't really want to hear. This has happened to me on multiple videos. I don't think you can view my Croatia video on your phone. Oh no, you can't view my Croatia video in America, which is a huge demographic of my audience, so what advice I'd give you, if you really want to use that song and you really want the world to see it, whack it on Vimeo. Put it on Vimeo, which usually has much more lenient copyright policies for some reason. They just don't really take your videos down there. Put it on Vimeo and then have a link in the description. Say, if you're on your mobile, click here to watch on Vimeo. That's what I've done, and it works for me. Another question from Charlie. Is it better to have singing / talking in any music in the background, or can it just be an instrumental? Like, I know a lot of people, they'll have an instrumental track, but then they'll put some motivational quotes kind of underneath, usually from Alan Watts, actually. Those videos are really cool. I like using lyrics in my videos and travel videos. It makes it kind of a little bit more poppy. But yeah, I know loads of people who use just instrumental. If you want to go really cinematic, almost use a film score for your travel video, kind of an orchestral thing. Something I've been experimenting with, and it's super awesome. Okay, a question from Hugo. Greetings, Thomas. Anything? Blonde, brunette, ebony, or redhead? Great question, Hugo. Where is the best place to be in the whole world? Now, the best place to be in the whole world, it kind of depends on my moods, actually. Right now, I'm perfectly content in this field with my dog in the sunset and a half-finished Pepsi Max bottle next to me. But I love Croatia. I really love Croatia. I really love south of France. I really love Rio. I love everywhere. Carolina asks, hey Thomas, I'd like to know what your biggest fear in life is. Okay, this is quite deep, Carolina. My biggest fear in life is probably to not be happy and to not have peace of mind and kind of be caught up in your own thoughts and your own problems and your own stresses. That's a big fear of mine. If I go a lot of my life kind of being caught up in my head and not kind of being present and appreciating what's around me, then I haven't really lived life. And it's something that I think most people have to struggle with each day, is appreciation and being present. And yeah, I'll be a very happy man if I spend most of my life in that kind of headspace. You made me think very deep there, Carolina. Nina, hey, how's it going, Nina? Tom. Nina. Gotta say, your emails have a particular ring to them that one can't resist. Haha. Get on the email list if you're not already on it. Firstly, I shoot a lot with my GoPro and I've heard so many bloody suggestions for converting the files before putting them into Final XP, and I'm wondering how you do it. I use Premiere, and I can just drag my GoPro files straight into Premiere. So a program that you might worth be looking into for you is a free program called MPEG Streamclip. If I ever need to convert any files for any reason, I whack them in that program and convert them. Yeah, just find out what Final Cut XP takes, what format's best, and just convert your GoPro footage into that format. Also, the tip for stabilizing the footage worked a treat, especially for underwater footage, which I do a lot of. Amazing. Another question, I've started playing a bit of color correction with the underwater stuff. Have you experimented with this at all? For underwater stuff, color correction, I actually like to, I think, take away a little bit of blue and make the footage a little bit warmer. And then boost the saturation as much as I can before it starts looking a bit fake. That's generally what I do with underwater stuff. Great, those were some awesome questions. Thank you very much, guys. I'm sorry I didn't have the coffee this week. I hope you've been enjoying the video content recently, and to anyone who's just joined the channel, welcome. It's really cool to have you guys here. We're growing very fast at the moment, getting a lot of video makers and filmmakers on board, which is so cool. And yeah, I'm very excited to launch my program very soon. Very excited for that to go live. I think me and George might be building some sort of campfire or doing some more outside projects, because I love capturing that stuff. Anyway, enjoy your day, keep filming, and speak very soon. Cheers. Who's the silly girl?